the Woo Woo is a memoir. Can you tell us what story you basically set out to tell? Well, oh, there we go.
The Woo Woo is about my life growing up in a Chinese family that doesn't believe in mental illness, so they blame everything on ghosts. So if you fail an exam or you get sick, it's a ghost's fault.
And that is okay. I thought that we were going to go a little longer. I was just getting comfortable listening. I didn't realize you were going to be succinct. That's great. Is this a story that people seem to connect with inside and outside of the Asian community? Was this something that have you found people saying that this used to happen in my home as well?
Yeah, I have found that mental illness is something that goes across cultures and generations. It's something that it's a huge stigma in any culture, especially Asian culture, as Joe was saying. And I think just being able to acknowledge that mental illness is okay to talk about is a message that I wanted to bring across.
And I think we were saying earlier that the idea that, yes, it's in the Asian family and the Asian culture, but it's an immigrant story. And, I look out here and I see these incredible diverse faces. And I know that Canada is such a diverse nation that all of us came here, looking for a different life. All of us came here looking for a new way for our kids. And having mental illness be a part of your everyday life was just something you did not phantom into the equation. And a lot of us try to push it away, and a lot of us try to explain it away, or a lot of us just ignore that it exists. And I think what Lindsay has done is taken that and put it in the forefront. Yes, we as Asians don't feel, we just live. But Lindsay's saying, no, now we're gonna have to raise our hand and say, we gotta do something about this.
Mm-hmm. What did it mean, Joe? I know I spoke to you about this today. This is a book that you connected with immediately when you read it. I was mentioning to the audience that it's a very special time for me as an observer to watch panelists and authors meet. You've already appreciated their work and you've already connected with them on a multitude of levels. What did it mean for you to meet Lindsay?
Oh, God. I mean, I think I said this to you earlier today. I was like, I have met so many different people in my life. I've worked with a lot of different people. But, I read Lindsay's book and I sat down and I read it in 2 quick sittings. And it was heartbreakingly raw. It was so... She had just really just laid it all out on the pages of the book. And if you guys read it, and I urge you to read it, because her upbringing and her childhood was so devastatingly unreal, to a point where it couldn't, fiction would be unbelievable. The fact that her father would call her garbage and say that she was found in a dumpster, or that her mother would try to set her foot on fire, or that her aunt would stand on a bridge in Vancouver and hold the city captive on Canada Day, threatening suicide. And that she wrote all of those stories and more with the armor of humor. That I read all of those stories in her book, and I laughed, and then I felt guilty for laughing. And I said this when I said to Lindsay, I was like, I hurt for you, but at the same time, I was laughing with you. And I think you had the best answer. You said to me, if I didn't laugh, I couldn't do this.
For sure, humor is the only way to do it, right? Otherwise, you could never write a memoir as, something horrible that has happened to you.
And can I tell you that she had sent her manuscript, this is actually her thesis for graduate school at Columbia. She sent it out to 13 publishers who declined it and said, well, nobody will really get it. And now I'm going to tell you, it's resonated with a huge group of people. People get it because it isn't just an Asian story. It isn't just a mental health story. It is a story about trying to fit in, a story about not knowing what's going on, a story about really feeling like a loner and walking around in a sea of ghosts.
The woo-woo.
And Lindsay, I wanted to, there's a very inspirational element here that you just alluded to, Joe, which is that I wanted you to just talk about your publishing company for a second, if you could. After the 13 rejections, who did pick you up?
I was able to find a great publisher, Arsenal Pulp Press, run by Brian and Robert in Vancouver, and they immediately got my vision. They understood it, and they were able to champion my book. And I'm just so lucky to be able to find a publisher who would support me.
It's a great lesson in persistence as well.
There are going to be 100 people in a room, and 99 will say no.
Right. You just have to have the dedication to find that one, right?
Exactly.
Well, congratulations, Lindsay. I'm sure this will be a wonderful experience for you, Canada Reads. I hope you like a lot of people talking to you, because that's going to happen. That's definitely going to be...
That's terrifying.
That's terrifying? Maybe a lot of it will be online. Does that make it worse or better? I'm not sure.
I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll
She's
find out.
excited about the sticker that's going to be on the front of the book.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. All right, how about a nice round of applause for Josie and Lindsay Wong? Thank you, guys.